What's that phrase they say? If it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, this is my second apology video for delayed videos, and it's always a good reason. And A, because I'm human. So please, I ask that you forgive me. Recently, I posted a comment under a video on Instagram.
Yeah, so I was at a family office conference, and if y'all don't know what a family office is, it's generally a family that has accumulated some wealth, generally more than 50 to $100 million, and they manage everything themselves. Okay, so we're at this conference, and the guy, he says to me, he's actually an Indian guy, and so he says, Indian people, we got a couple things. We got motels, corner stores, like gas station type deals. Vietnamese people have nail shops. Cambodian people in California have donut shops. And he's just like running down the list. Indian tribes got casinos. And then he looked at me, he said, "What black people got?" And I was like, and then I posed the question to Instagram and Twitter, and I got some reasonable answers back, which was like, "Oh, we got barbecue, we got this, we like businesses that we do historically in the Black community." But the differentiator is we are not in the each one teach one fund and mobilize each other in these industries like what they're talking about. And if you've never seen this documentary, you should definitely go and watch it. It's called The Donut King.
And then I made a comment in regards to me starting a series, how to open up a beauty supply store, a Black-owned edition. And that is one of the things she touched base on, was that these businesses do not share their knowledge or, bring other people on. And that was a big thing I wanted to do, being that we dominate that market already. A big part of the consumers of the beauty industry are Black Americans. So I do feel like it's bigger that a lot more ownership should be reflected in that. So yeah, that's why I started the series, and welcome. I hope you guys enjoy the episodes and the rest of the new ones that I'm about to create. Pretty much the reason why I created this series on YouTube, how to open up a beauty supply store, was when I decided, or when I found out that I was going to be able to open one. Thank God for investors. The first thing I did was hop on YouTube. Everybody, we hop on YouTube University just to see what free information we can get out there to kind of give us guidance on, how to do this. And I noticed they didn't have a lot of information on how to open up a beauty. I mean, they had some stuff here and there, but some of the burning questions I had, as far as like store organization and stuff like that, I didn't see online. So I was like, you know what? As soon as I go through this process, I am going to go back, Harriet Tubman style, and bring my people with me. But no, I said I wanted to, as soon as I learned what I learned, I wanted to go back and share that knowledge with people so that they can be able to do the same thing, learn from my mistakes, and stuff like that. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to do it. Another reason is because I am a beauty professional. And I do feel like a lot more beauty professionals who are trying to get from behind the chair and do other business ventures should look into doing something like this. So again, I'm coming with excuses. I'm sorry, not really excuses, but the reason why I delayed my episodes again was because of this change in our, administration. And the biggest thing was the rise in cost of tariffs, and also the looming recession that is here. I felt beat up again. I felt a little, not depressed and everything, but it just, I felt slightly discouraged because I didn't want to talk anybody into getting themselves into a situation that potentially, they could fail at and stuff like that. So I just had to regroup and regather myself and figure out what I was going to do with my business and how I was going to adjust to this changing climate. And then, of course, come back and continue to give you guys advice, because everybody's story is different. Everybody's resources is different. So I truly appreciate your patience and waiting for me to come up with the next episode. So we have three more. We have five already, so three more to go. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad I waited, because now these last three episodes are going to reflect uh, a lot more information, actually some better things. I'm going to restructure them in a way that, from experience in what I'm doing now, that they will resonate for you and help you out in this changing climate. So In my opinion, if you are in the process of opening a beauty supply store, depending on the stage that you're at, if you're deciding to do a brick and mortar, make sure it makes sense. Make sure you are justifying why it should be in a brick and mortar in person, whether that be doing a salon out of it or some type of in person service. There are a lot of major brands that are shutting down now because of this economy and where it's going and with e-commerce. And so a lot of people aren't doing brick and mortar anymore. If you want to start small, start in a small space, or you have to start online first just to see how you are received and then grow into a brick and mortar. But if you want to do it, that's fine. I don't want to discourage you. The first, I would say, 3 to 4 episodes are geared towards things you will need to do in order to do the brick and mortar. But yeah, just wanted to give you my honest opinion just right now in this climate in 2025. It is super risky. So again, if you have any questions, any concerns, you can always talk with a professional when it comes to legal or tax stuff. So yes, with the changes in the economy and what's going on right now, I am in the process of restructuring my business. There are going to be some things that are going to be changing, including ownership. So yeah, the change that I'm making is going to save me over $5,000 a month. That way I can scale exponentially in the way that I want to. But yeah, that imposter syndrome started kicking in again. So I'm back. I'm better than ever, and I have a lot new information. So I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Shawnee Harris. I am a third generation beauty professional, licensed cosmetologist in the state of Maryland and Virginia, and the proud co-founder of AHNI Beauty Supply, affectionately named after my oldest daughter. My background, I am a hair extension specialist. I started my career doing hair extensions like sew-ins, hair infusions, which they call K-tips now, microlink I-tip extensions. And I've been doing hair for about 20 years now. My mother was a very talented hairstylist and makeup artist, and my grandmother was a home kitchen tician, as you would call it, who created her own homemade pressing grease, and she was known for it. So this is a beautiful full circle moment. So there are some corrections I wanted to kind of like follow up with some of the previous episodes that I did, and the first one was episode 3 when I talked about the braiding hair length. um, I did a thing where it was like the full length and then the finished length. And technically, the finished length is just the folded length. And if anybody has seen episode 3, they'll know what I'm talking about. And I also have an ebook that does give like the guide in there. So if you're in the store, you can have that guide with you when you're, shopping for stuff. So, and also the BOI update. As of now, the BOI is no longer required. From my knowledge, I've already done it, but if you want to verify, you can always check online, check your tax department, or whomever. But as of now, from just an update from episode 2, legal requirements, a BOI is no longer required. And this was perfect timing. I am so glad I waited to finish out these episodes because there are so many things that I'm going to add on and tweak for the final 3 episodes that's going to apply to what is going on right now, and some updates too. Even the POS system that I use, I no longer use that. I've switched from Lightspeed to Shopify, where I referred and talked about Lightspeed, but I am now with Shopify, and I really love them. I haven't fully used them yet, but in the transition with putting the inventory in, it is so seamless. It is way better, in my opinion. So yeah, if you like any of the information that you have seen on my series, please feel free to comment below. Let me know, what is your favorite part? What is your favorite piece of information from the 5 episodes that I have done? And if you are not a beauty professional, or you just want a little bit more information with helping your customers, let's just say you are opening a beauty supply store or you already have one open. I do have an ebook called Hair Decoded. And what the book is designed to do, since I am a licensed cosmetologist, I took all of the questions and all the information that my customers would ask me and would ask my staff that would have to call me to answer. And I put them in a book so that way it will give you a guide to help your customers make purchasing decisions based on their texture, their density, and the porosity of their hair. It can help you as a business owner, you can help your customers, and it'll help you train your associates if you guys have any questions you need to answer. It breaks down the different braiding hair information, like the different initials and stuff that's on the braiding hair. It breaks down how to translate the colors, the length. It distinguishes what's the difference between semi-permanent, demi-permanent, and permanent hair color. What's the difference between henna, different volumes of peroxide. If you ever had a hair disaster where your hair turned green, or where you had what's called hot root, your hair is lighter at the root and darker at the ends, I do have some tidbits on how to correct that. Also, it does have a guide on how to read products and product ingredients, which products has higher levels of concentration than others, and which products to avoid that could be carcinogenic and could be damaging and drying to the hair. So I've already covered a lot. What else have I not covered yet that you would want me to cover and think I should cover in the last 3 episodes? I thank you so much for all your love, all your feedback, and for everybody who is just listening to what I have to say. I'm going to try to make the last 3 episodes a little more exciting. I'm working on this. Bear with me. So I'm just trying to give out as much information as possible, but still keep it entertaining. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to follow, subscribe. I thank you so much. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.